Tony from MyMMAnews.com, and I am over in Northeast Philadelphia at Martinez BJJ because it's fight week for my man Ryan Applebee.
How's it going?
I'm great. Ryan has gotten into the sport. He's making his second amateur appearance coming up. He wrestled for, in college and most of his life, and I'm hearing some great things about him over here from his teammates at Martinez BJJ about his work ethic and how talented he is. Ryan, my man, how you feel, man? You went from into wrestling to now chasing this MMA thing. We know about the base. Most people believe you have cardio, you have the understanding of weight cut, even though you're a heavyweight, so you probably haven't had to cut much weight.
No.
Tell me a little bit how you're feeling, comfortable-wise, into the transition. And
yeah, I mean, wrestling's a tough sport, and I think it just prepares you on every level for a transition to MMA. It's a good base to have, keeps you comfortable on the wall, and it just gives you the understanding of toughness and being able to, push through things like that.
Now listen, as an amateur and a pro, we talked about this before, they're two different things. You want to learn as an amateur. You never want to lose a fight. Listen, even if you're an amateur, going out there, you want to win. You want your hand raised. You always want to win. But there's also that balance of, I'm Ryan. I know my skill set. Will knows my skill set. I can go out there and take this guy down and hold him down for the 2 minutes and win this fight. Do you guys balance that when you talk? I know Will does. He talks to his fighters about the fight. He doesn't just train on the mat with you. He's a brilliant tactician. So does he kind of tell you, look, Ryan, we know we can out wrestle this guy. Let's work with your hands, because I know Will's goal isn't just to win fights. Will's goal is to mold people into great fighters.
Yeah, and definitely, and I feel like I'm learning a lot, because it's not just my wrestling that is getting better. Well, obviously, a byproduct of training MMA, my wrestling's just going to get better. But coming down here, having to deal with these high-level guys, your striking is going to jump levels, your grappling is going to jump levels, and you have to, because if you're just trying to take people down, they're going to get better, obviously, at defending takedowns, and it's going to force you to stay on your feet, and just, you have to kind of evolve on all levels if you want to be able to, compete in this room, scrap.
Well, listen, you got started in this. Carmelo Marrero. Listen, Carmelo, I go back to the beginning of my MMA career. He was he was in the main event, the first live event I ever went to 15 years ago, slamming people, just destroying things. And then had one more fight for where I was working, and then he went on to the UFC. Great guy. Now you're over here at Martinez, and we got Chris and Kyle Dawkins, UFC fighters. Pat Brady. We got lots of big guys. We got Will Martinez, who I think is among, if not the best, among the best coaches, not just in here, but in the sport, period. He's a brilliant tactician. How has that been for you, experience and working with guys who have already been at the, near the top of the level?
Yeah, I mean, that's ultimately how I got down here. I mean, Carmelo told me, these guys are on to something. They're training hard down here, so I just went out on a limb, reached out to Pat, came down here and started training, and there's just a different level of thought behind it, too. You're not just getting in better shape and grinding harder, you're also being a tactician, you're being smarter, being a technician. So it's all levels of the game you're growing, not just this, physicality type.
Are you into that, a lot of film watching and the technical part of the sport too?
I like watching it a lot, but really just from what they're teaching. I'm sitting here absorbing it all, and I just feel myself growing, getting better as a fighter.
Hey, well, listen, Ryan Applebee, remember the name. The guys I talk to roll with him tell me that he's a monster, and it's just a matter of time till he's making his mark on the sport. Ryan, give some shout-outs and some love. Listen, you didn't get here by yourself. Listen.
Yeah. Shout-out Zach Miscellany, J.M. Holland up at 10th Planet Bethlehem, John Blank at 10th Planet Allentown, Will Martinez and Dawkins Brothers, and Pat Brady down here at Martinez BJJ. And thank you to Carmelo Marrero.
Ryan Applebee, my man.
Yes, thank you.